Hello, honorable members of the clan. So, guys, let's go to the North Gauteng High Court in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, which is heating up, I must say. I've been watching it since it started on the 19th. Basically, it resumed on the 19th of May 2025. As you already know, that this case has been ongoing for the past 2 years. However, Senzo Meyiwa has been unalived for, this is the 11th year. And the people that were with him on the 26th of October 2014, we are asking, where are they? Why aren't they part of the accused persons, in particular of one individual, that the person that is currently on the stand, which is the lead investigator and Brigadier in the South African Police Force, Brigadier Gininda, who has pointed that the mastermind in the death of Senzo Meyiwa is his former girlfriend and mother of his child, Khumalo. And now that this has come to the front, the question that everybody is asking, so how come she's not accused number 6? And then out of the blue, he's explaining away and taking all that responsibility and throwing it onto the National Prosecuting Authority. And then you have to ask yourself about the National Prosecuting Authority. What is it in for them in protecting the mastermind in the death of Senzo Meyiwa? Because that is exactly what they should have done, because they want the prospect of winning this case to be at 100%, or at least the majority part of this trial, so that they get a guilty verdict. But no, Khumalo is still roaming the streets. Whether she is a mastermind or not, I wasn't there. I don't know. Only thing I can do is rub my two IQs together and try and make sense of this situation. Now we have the Brigadier who has been on the stand for the past 6 months. Well, I think this one is going to be the 7th month. And he's speaking nothing but rubbish. He's asked a yes or no question, he will take you on a sermon. You will get asked another yes or no question, he will go on a LLB 101 lecture. And then when he's asked another question, he gets offended and says, let's use court decorum by respecting each other and being professional. And I'm thinking to myself, sir, you are not giving the court anything. Your job being on the stand is to assist the court to come to a definite conclusion that this is a matter of guilty or not guilty. But because we also understand how the South African police work these days, we already know, at least suspect, that the people that are accused of unaliving Senzo Meyiwa in 2014, they were not even there. The DNA said they were never there. The cell phone records say they were never even near the Khumalo house. But there was this roaming cell phone, which now people are saying, that roaming cell phone was in the possession of one of the investigators, I think Musia. He had that cell phone, because if you look at the pictures that were taken on the crime scene, there was a cell phone. Actually, this is how it goes. The state produced 8 pictures out of 31 pictures. And it was discovered that the camera took 31 pictures of the evidence on the crime scene. And the reason why they withheld the other photos is because there was this particular cell phone that featured on the other photos, but did not in the first 8 shots. And now we discovered that actually when the entire film was summoned to court, that's when we saw the rest of the other pictures. And now we are seeing a white cell phone. I think it's a Samsung. And when they were asked, so whose cell phone is this one? And it was discovered it was one of Khumalo's cell phone, allegedly. And now that same cell phone, it was now roaming with one of the accused. I think Gininda is pinning it on accused number 2. How is it possible that hours after Senzo is unalived, and then the first responders come and they don't see anything, including the bullet on top of the cupboard, and then the Musia comes, I think it's a forensic, whatnot, takes pictures. They're long gone, and Senzo Meyiwa is cold in a mortuary slab, but suddenly there's a cell phone that is roaming, and yet at the same time, It's in the photos in the house. So do you see why we suspect that these people that are sitting in the dock, they were just nitpicked because they look dangerous. And they are also coming from a dangerous province where crime and inkabi is the order of the day. And then now we're having Gininda, the Brigadier, the lead investigator, failing to answer simple questions on his own investigation. Now, I am now going to give you the gory details because Gininda is not giving anything. All that he said even went as far as so low blow that he tells the cross-examiner, which is Mr. Mnisi, who's doing a brilliant job, by the way, that, oh, I've already dealt with this matter. I was cross-examined not by Mr. Mnisi, but by the late Mr. Mngomezulu. So Mr. Mngomezulu can't just walk out of his grave and go to the Pretoria High Court and say, yes, indeed, we did canvass that. But because of low morals, he goes for the dead man and said, I've already dealt with this. And now Mr. Mnisi had to remind him that I was representing accused number 3 at that point. Now I'm representing accused number 1 and 3. And now I'm cross-examining you on this matter. He evades. So there's nothing exactly that I can give you of tangibility coming from the state. Other than that, the state kept standing up on objection. Now let's talk about Rada. You know what? Okay, whoa. There are 2 scenarios in my head when I'm rubbing my 2 IQs together. Is that Rada was asked, please, do not jump into the arena, even if you feel that the defense is saying something that is irrelevant to this case or something to not to consider. Let him hang himself type of situation. Or because of the hawks. Who corrupts a high court? Sorry, it's South Africa, I forgot. It's South Africa. Is it because the High Court was invaded? Because of all the corruption and accusations that court? I even saw one judge or a former judge basically throwing in some bone for South Africans to think about that. South African High Court judges, they live lavish lifestyles that even their salaries cannot fund. So this particular former judge is asking for a lifestyle audit. Could it be the reason why we are seeing a judge now? Not one that jumps into the arena? I don't know. I'm just asking. It's just me and my 2 IQs rubbing together. And I'm like, okay, what's happening there? And I know that Rata did from Monday try to jump in, but you could tell that he's jumping in because he realizes that the state has no case. The state does not have a case. I repeat, the state does not have a case. So even what Mr. Mnisi did yesterday in challenging him about his assertions, and then he was like, no, it's fine. I was just asking. And Mr. Mnisi was like, okay, I'm throwing it to the court. What does the court then expect? And that, guys, those are the things that in my mind that I've been observing and I shall be observing. It is now 1:45 p.m. so they'll be back. So I need to edit this as quickly as possible and so that you guys can hear my thoughts on this matter. Thank you all so much for your messages, and I've been reading them, and some of you gaslighters, I also been reading your messages. There was one person who even said to me, you don't understand our lives. And I'm like, do you understand my life? Do you understand my life from your ivory tower? I don't think so. We are all South Africans going under the same thing. We are all hated by the ANC. We are all hated by the criminals in this country. Right now, black people are getting hijacked, kidnapped, and then they are taken to a secluded area. And then they made to wipe out their bank accounts, which I still don't understand why banks haven't figured this one out yet. We are all living in fear, my dear. So you are not special as much as I am not special. We're both South Africans. So keep your so-called gaslighting. Better yet, I hope that form is filled so that you can go to the United States where you are going to be safe. Because your safety is also my concern for you. All right. Let's leave it there, guys. I'll see you next time with a new video. But please do not leave without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.